Hey, I'm Spencer Gord, the #1 tennis player in the world. With this new Wilson Racket 1, you will be able to serve the ball at a maximum speed of 10 miles per hour, just like me. That's awesome! So if you want to be like me, guys, send a telegram to Wilson Corporation requesting 1 tennis racket for the low price of $19.99, plus shipping and handling. And remember, Babolat stinks and Prince stinks. It's the Wilson one. That's great.
So Carl, it's a pleasure to have you with us on the New Times. So what gave you the idea to write the Communist Manifesto?
Guten Tag, Andrew. Well, as a young college boy, I studied philosophy and economics, and I took a keen liking to politics, and especially a socialistic government. I joined a flood of so-called my friends as radicals, and we fled continental Europe and went to England. I came up with the main idea of how a working man has no country, which is key to the manifesto that I wrote. I came up with key ideas such as the labors of workers create a profit for employers, and I saw through personal experiences that workers are exploited by their employers. It's ridiculous. That's why I came up with my manifesto.
So what aspects did you take and modify from socialism?
Well, I look at communism as a complete form of socialism in which the means of production, such as land and business, would be owned by the people. All goods and services would be shared equally among my people. Communism is a true utopian lifestyle. Socialism is what my friend Friedrich Engels calls as loose form of my perfected communism.
How come communism is considered so much more hardcore than socialism?
Well, as I said before, it's a complete concrete form of socialism where the working class will get to, in some ways, revolt and be the equal to the rich. I was a journalist like you, Andrew, and I made little money like you probably do. And thank God for the man Friedrich Engels who gave me some financial aid. When I wrote the manifesto, I thought, why can't the government do that to all of its working class like it did to me? Communism is necessary for the people. The capitalistic society will eventually destroy itself. The state will die away as classless society. I always say, the haves take advantage of the have-nots, Andrew.
Thank you for being on with us.
No problem, Andrew.
Welcome to New Times, Adam Smith. You just saw the interview with Karl Marx, so what do you think about his communism theory? As we know, you defend the idea of free economy. You also claim that the government need not interfere with private economy. So give us a follow-up of Karl Marx's interview.
Well, as you know, I believe in the exact opposite of what he preaches. I believe in capitalism, which is an economic system in which money is invested in business ventures with the goal of making a profit. If someone works hard for their money over someone else, why shouldn't they be granted with the proper luxuries?
So, what are some other noteworthy capitalistic endeavors that you have faced or had to overcome?
Well, good question. I love talking about myself. I wrote a book, The Wealth of Nations, arguing that if people freely followed their own self-interest, the world would be an orderly and progressive place. I preached the laissez-faire policy, and after all the sellers had made hard-earned money after the things people wanted to buy, my ideas are the central of the cultivation of capitalism. And I know what some say I'm a crazy conservative, but no, I give a lot of money to charities. I just want people to have the money they deserve.
So after all that great insight, Adam, what are some key points about capitalism that persuade or give knowledge to our New Times audience?
Well, I would love to truly get the public to be knowledgeable on capitalism and to really embrace its teaching instead of communism. I would tell your audience, businesses follow their own self-interest when they compete with one another for the consumer's money. Who doesn't love some healthy competition? Because consumers compete with each other to purchase the best goods at low prices. So audience, wouldn't you like to have a big house and fancy living style? Because you wouldn't be able to get that with communism.
Thank you very much, Adam Smith.
Anytime. Hello, Gene. Tell New Times a little bit more about the Whole House and how it has helped people like little Jimmy.
Hello, I am Jane Addams, and I started the first homeless shelter.
And this is my good friend, little Jimmy. Say hi.
Hi.
He is homeless and needs help, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
Why?
Because I live on the street and no one gives me money.
Yes. I thought it would be a good idea to start a Hull House with my friend Ellen Starr in a working class district of Chicago. We had a nursery, a kitchen, and a boarding house for women and their children like Jimmy, right?
Yes.
This Hull House not only housed women and immigrants, but it took these homeless people off the streets and into our home. We provided language and we taught them how to speak English. It is truly a great thing. We were looked at as a strike or a union. We got people more involved with the world outside, like politics. I feel like I truly helped people with my friend, like Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Overall, we must help our neighbor build self-sufficient lives for themselves. It is truly a great thing, my Hull House, and I hope you take that into consideration.
Thank you, Jane.